But why did ancient civilizations all over the world end up building pyramids? And you know, there's something strange about all these pyramids. There are amazing similarities among them. For instance, both the Pyramid of the Sun in Mexico and the Great Pyramid of Egypt have almost identical bases. And that's not all they share. Both pyramids are oriented to the sun, moon, and stars. And how about this? Rising up from the rice fields of Indonesia is a pyramid that has a twin in Mexico, thousands of miles away. How come? How did ancient peoples, separated by tens of thousands of miles, end up building seemingly identical pyramids? For the answer, we have to look at pyramids all over the world and look at them closely. First stop, Egypt. Okay, now you know what it took to build big, but we still haven't solved the Great Pyramid mystery. Why are all the pyramids around the world so similar? Well, by now you're all junior pyramid experts. You're very close to being able to figure it out. Like I said, there are pyramids all over the place. Peru, China, Egypt, Indonesia. How come? There are two reasons. God and the laws of physics. The cultures that built pyramids believed their gods were in the heavens. What better way to reach them than to build up to the sky? That's why the Tower of Babel was built, to reach God. So, okay, you want to reach the gods by building to the heavens. Why build a pyramid? That's where the laws of physics come in. You see, we're all governed by the same laws of physics. Ancient Egyptians, Aztecs, Chinese. Pyramids were ancient skyscrapers. But without modern materials like steel beams, they couldn't go straight up. So in the ancient world, if you wanted to build really impressive, it had to have a broad base and get narrower at the top. Basically, a pyramid shape. Just try building a 400-foot column out of stone blocks. You can't do it. As you pile the blocks higher and higher, the bottom blocks bear all the weight, and collapse is inevitable. The key to success is to distribute the weight over several blocks so that each stone rests on several others, which is exactly what a pyramid does. So, if you want to reach your God by building up to the sky, the laws of physics lead you down one path: Pyramid Lane. All over the ancient world, people were building pyramids because they were people solving similar engineering problems in similar ways. And why are the big ones about the same size? I have an idea. It's a matter of how big you can build in one ruler's lifetime. But we still haven't solved the whole pyramid mystery. Size and shape aren't the only similarities among the pyramids of the ancient world. For example, ancient architects all over the world oriented their pyramids to the 4 points of the compass. The Chinese thought evil influences came from the north, so they oriented their pyramids to avoid them. Mexico's Pyramid of the Sun was carefully planned to be exactly 15 degrees east of true north. Why? So the sun would rise over the pyramid in May, the beginning of the rainy season. The Egyptians oriented their pyramids for another reason. They were obsessed with eternity and life after death. The North Star never sets, and the pharaohs wanted to be associated with it. The Maya were obsessed with time, dates, calendars. That's why they oriented their pyramids to the heavens. But Maya pyramids do something no other pyramids in the world do. They put on a magic show. Twice a year, people from all over the world gather at Mexico's Chichen Itza to see something really amazing. The Maya were great mathematicians. They invented the number 0. And this pyramid is a coded message written in numbers. There are 91 steps on each side of the pyramid. 91 times the 4 sides equals 364. Plus the temple on top gives you a 365-day calendar. Now, count the number of terraces beside the stairway. 9 on each side equals 18, the number of months in the Maya calendar. So we've got the number of days and months in a year built into the pyramid. The pyramid is your handy-dandy calendar computer. But don't go away, folks. The show's not... This pyramid is so carefully oriented that twice a year, on the day of the spring and autumn equinox, something completely unique happens. A shadow snake undulates down the staircase. A magic show from the ancient Maya. Remember our Indonesian pyramid? The one that halfway around the world in Mexico seemed to have an identical twin? Well, the answer to how come is really quite simple, but you have to look closely. The Aztec pyramid was designed to display human sacrifice. So broad steps go up the outside so the victims could be marched up for all to see. Then, their still beating hearts were ripped out. It's a pyramid designed for a public horror show. Our Indonesian pyramid is a peaceful place with just a single narrow set of stairs for the priest to enter. Nothing bloody or violent took place here. There's no altar for human sacrifice. This is a monument built for kinder gods. Okay, class. It's time for your final quiz. Our Aztec and Indonesian pyramids hold the answer to the Great Pyramid Mystery. Why are the world's pyramids all so similar? The answer is, they're not. At first glance, they look like twins. But when you do your homework and look closely, you see that they're very different. The more you learn about pyramids, the less similar they seem. Each culture was building pyramids in its own way and for different purposes. That's why Egyptian pyramids are smooth. No rituals took place on the top. In Mexico, it was just the opposite. They needed steps to get to the top for their sacrifices. They're all different. So, now we've solved the Great Pyramid Mystery. The pyramids of the world are all very different. But you know, they have one thing in common. They all reach for the sky. Egyptian pyramids were tombs of the pharaohs, but they pointed the way to the heavens. In ancient Mexico, they built pyramids so the gods could view their sacrifices. And when the Babylonians built their Tower of Babel, they were trying to reach the heavens. It's really all the same. They were going for the impossible, trying to build right up to the sky. It took us a long time to top the ancients. For 4,000 years, the Great Pyramid of Egypt was the tallest building on the planet. "380 feet, 390 feet, 420, 435, 440. We're almost there. 450. We're almost at exactly the height of the Great Pyramid. It wasn't until the 19th century that anything really bigger was built. And then came this beauty. It took 4,000 years and iron beams for Eiffel to build his tower. And the only reason was to get high.